So let me tell you, the way this actually came about was Cecil sent me, CS, sent me an email saying, call me. All right, so I called him, right? Now he's stuck in Antioch right now, right? So he was like, hey, will you fill in for me? And of course I want to say, yeah, because I'm honored that CS Giscombe even knows who the hell I am. And so his idea was to maybe not tell you that I was not CS Giscombe. He said, maybe we won't be able to tell the difference. Well, that's protest. And it's poetry. So this is the beautiful photo of the man. You can see the similarities. Yeah. I'm sure we get confused all the time. So I am going to read each. I don't know if Michael pointed this out, but each profile has an I statement, like almost like a personal manifesto. All right, so you get a chance to get a whole lot of insight into these poets that you don't really you probably didn't even think about before. A whole lot of these are just utterly amazing. CS is in particular very, timely, and also apt for this particular situation. When I read it to you, you'll see what I mean. In high school, I discovered the writing of contemporary poets Langston Hughes and Lawrence Ferlinghetti. See? Both discoveries are accidental. Hughes was a library find, while word of Ferlinghetti's sexual poems trickled down in the cafeteria from older boys in an advanced English class in Catholic school. Dayton, Ohio, mid-1960s. There I also read for the first time Baldwin, guided by a priest, one of my teachers, and Coleridge, Shakespeare, and, important for me, a lot of the child ballads. But before that, my parents, both 1940s graduates of Savory Southern schools, had shared favorite poets with me. My mother's were Shelley and Tennyson, and my father's were Blake and Shakespeare. My parents also suggested the possibilities of music: folk, blues, lead belly, the work made popular or at least published by the Weavers, songs collected by the Lomaxes, etc., calypso, cowboy songs, and jazz, notably Duke Ellington, whose music I warmed to only many years later, but also the singing of Billie Holiday and Ella Fitzgerald. And among their records, too, were spoken word discs: Mom's Maiden, Red Fox, and especially Dick Gregory. Not to mention the talk itself, listened to, overheard, eavesdropped on, of my parents and their friends. Years later, Shirley Ann Williams would write children listening to the talk of adults, how in the tales of men they told among themselves as we sat unnoted at their feet, we saw some image of past and future self. That's just the first paragraph. You guys got to get this book seriously. The poem I'm going to read is Cecil's poem. It's called Dayton, Ohio, 50s and 60s. Sat through stories, right through them, as they were told. And I sat through the influence of an allegory, through metaphor, through old movies repeated on TV, through leaping blue light, all around the couch, through chants, through unexpected moments, intimations of sex and music, through bus trips downtown across the bridge, into downtown Dayton over the Great Miami, through ceremony kept simple, in and back. By the 50s and 60s, we'd all been ensconced for years, all along the road from Cincinnati Gateway City to the south, had pushed in downtown Germantown Hill. In fact, as far as the Miami, to the east, Wolf Creek, to the north. Dunbar's house on Summit overlooked Wolf Creek, gradually misnamed Riverview Ave across the bridge. I simply valued the humidity of land alongside water, the steep sides, even the levees downtown. Though its boundaries, even then, sat through a repetition of natural confluences. The fact divided finally out of that, self with self, self on surface, of other, not mine, thanks. Out aboard of an evening in 1960-something way, across River Creek with a white boy my age, the two of us waiting for buses reclined on some lawn at some intersection. Nothing happened. But my bus came first. It was a warm, clear night among the dark houses, this far up. Myself, this present in the setup, the sequence of descriptions, not its demand. How I wanted to see myself. at the moment of crossing into downtown, over the 3rd Street Bridge, in traffic, a pistol, loaded and unhidden on the dashboard passenger seat, the radio blaring, to beat the odds with nothing in my life, at loggerheads, no man or woman, to have no ritual, no quantity of value here or over there, no gift to something or for anyone, but approaching it as from close in, as if from far away, either one, visible. Or simply at large, passionate along the drift of streets, through the chant of things continuing, rhetorical drone at the real doing, for the long stare out of town, back south, or ahead, at this, to Sam stole off. In a dream, years later, we weren't black, hadn't been black. We were Jews in a made-for-TV movie called Jews. Sat near the end of World War II liberation drawing near. Some of us busted out of camp ahead of the gas. How many? What percentage? Escaping. Over the hills, surprisingly green for a war zone, hiding in them. Above the lights of hostile countryside. How far up can you creep, we wondered. How far up on each other? Tenuous days in which the war was winding down, in which we had to stay between the Germans, to keep moving between them and the barbaric Soviets, the advancing and retreating armies. We were nowhere. We were fluid, the movable hearts circling. We set out, then moved in circles, through the same scenes. When we got to the big firebomb city with no name, it was really Dayton. I recognized it. And Cecil and I both agreed that the poem, if he was going to read the poem, I totally wanted to read. It's a poem by Harriet Mullen. They showed a picture of Harriet. I love Harriet Mullen. It's a beautiful woman, just beautiful. And hilarious. Okay, trust. They got all of her books upstairs. You guys gotta, you gotta pick up a couple of books, seriously. So I'm gonna read the poem. Me and Cecil both had to get one about this poem. I mean, it's serious though, okay? It's called We Are Not Responsible. We are not responsible for your loss of stolen relatives. We cannot guarantee your safety if you disobey our instructions. We do not endorse the causes or claims of people begging for handouts. We reserve the right to refuse service to anyone. Your ticket does not guarantee that we will honor your reservations. In order to facilitate our procedures, please limit your carrying on. Before taking off, please extinguish all smoldering resentments. If you cannot understand English, you will be moved out of the way. In the event of a loss, you better look out for yourself. Your insurance was canceled because we can no longer handle your frightful claims. Our handlers lost your luggage, and we are unable to find the key to your legal case. You were detained for interrogation because you fit the profile. You are not presumed to be innocent if the police have reason to suspect that you are carrying a concealed wallet. It is not our fault that you were born wearing a gang color. It is not our obligation to inform you of your rights. Step aside, please, while our officer inspects your bad attitude. You have no rights that we are bound to respect. Please remain calm, or we can't be held responsible for what happens to you. Thank you.